A few nights back, I was leaving a podcast studio on Soy 13 between Ahsoka and Nana in the Trendy building, and I came down Soy 13, made a left on Sukhumvit Road, and walking towards me was this man that looked like an Arabian princess. Tall, dark, handsome, beautiful, full head of hair. And he starts approaching me, and he points at me. What's up, guys? It's Greeny. If you're new to the channel, I'm Greeny. I do a lot of traveling, eating a lot of food. I base out of Bangkok, Thailand, but travel all over. Right now, I am in Los Angeles, California. I left Thailand a few days ago, and I'm on my way all over the place. I'm on a 1 to 2 month road trip. I'll be all over America. I'll tell you about that later. If you don't mind subscribing to my channel, I got a couple good videos coming up. One about the direct route of United Airlines from Bangkok to Los Angeles, and another one about the cost associated with my first 4 days in Los Angeles. I'm staying here 4 days. I'll tell you about the rest of the trip later. But anyways, back to the story. So the guy approaches me, points at me, and I'm figuring he's, one of my subscribers. I run into people all the time in Bangkok. And I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, oh, your hair, it's thinning. And I'm like, I knew exactly where he was going at that point. I'm like, get out of here. I didn't say anything. And I just waved him, Remember, talk to the hand? I just waved him and kept going on my way. I didn't think about it too much, except for I was like, damn, I wish I had my camera at this moment, because I'd love to get these idiots on camera, expose them to the world. Bald hair scammer guys. Anyways, the next day, I'm looking at my emails for Greeny Travels, and I get an email from one of my subscribers about this very same type of situation in the same area. And he went much farther into the situation than I did. He actually was almost biting on it. And let me just read you what he sent me. He sent me a detailed email about the scam and what happened. I don't know if this is the first time he had been made aware of it. He figured out, well, let me read it to you. Hi, Brian. I often view your YouTube channel and thought you may be interested in this scam I nearly got caught with on Soy 11, Bangkok. So just not too far from where I was, maybe about a quarter of a kilometer. Anyways, I was walking along the street and moved aside to avoid bumping into this guy who was on the edge of my peripheral vision. When I moved one way, he also moved the same way, and we almost collided. He smiled and said that was a close call, then proceeded to ask me where I was from, and I responded that I'm from the UK. That's what, any type of scam you deal with, I've been all over the world, they always start with, hey, where are you from? He said that he was from India originally, but had been working in Dubai and was taking a break in Bangkok for a few weeks. He then proceeded to ask me how old I was and was very friendly, talking about hotels and where we were staying. I told him that I was 69 and on a long holiday visiting Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia. He then said that I was the same age as his father, and then started talking about a hair growth remedy that worked for his father and his brother, and sure, it would enhance my appearance. This surprised me, as apart from some receding at the temples, kind of just like me, almost a full head of hair, just receding a little bit at the temples. But he says, aside from receding at the temples, I still have a full head of hair. Anyways, after a long conversation, he persuaded me to go to the nearest 7-Eleven and purchase some coconut oils, which he said needed to be mixed with some special herbs. He said that he had a good feeling about me and offered this advice for free. All he wanted in return was for me to let him know how well it worked and pass on this advice to others. Really? Free? Free advice. Is there such thing as free advice? I don't know. He said that I was the same age as his father, and that he believed that helping people was its own reward. At this point, I thought, why not? Because everybody is a bit vain, I guess. Next thing you know, we were scurrying along the street, and we turned down a side road where there's a small shop. We entered, and there were 2 girls working behind the counter. He asked them if they spoke English, and they responded in the affirmative. He then said that his friend, me, Alan, or whatever, I think Alan, Would like some special herbs to mix with the coconut oil to facilitate improved hair growth. I asked some questions, and one of the girls said that she would guarantee that it worked and produce some before and after photos to show me. She then said the special herb would cost 1,000 baht, and I started to smell a rat. I then said I didn't have enough cash on me, and they said I could pay by card. I said that I didn't carry my card and that I would have to go back to my hotel and collect money. The girl behind the counter then said she would come with me to my hotel to collect the money there. I said I would think about it and made a quick exit from the shop. I have no doubts that the girls in the shop knew this man and it was all part of the scam to get tourists to part with their cash. I hope you like the story and maybe you've heard it before in this variation or other. Please let me know. Hopefully see you soon in my travels sometime. Kind regards. And then I sent him back an email saying that, yeah, coincidentally, the night before, a guy had just approached me with the same type of thing. So, not an uncommon scam in Bangkok. I've heard about this all the time. And this was actually the first time that I've been approached with, this type of scam. I mean, look at my hair. It's beautiful. I have been approached several times by the guy with the urine bag and saying that he's got some health issues. 2 different times, 2 different Indian or Bangladeshi type of guys. I don't know why this type of nationality loves these type of scams. I've heard of a weight loss one that's also similar. So you got to watch out for these. You got to keep your head up. I wish that, those Meta recording glasses, like I wish I would have had a camera or some way to record this guy and go along with it a little bit to just see his spiel in action and record it so I could show it to all you guys, But I think those Meta glasses look, everybody knows what they look like now. I don't think anybody's falling for that. And I'm not into like secret cameras to tape girls or anything like that, but I would love to tape scammers. I hate them. 30 years in law enforcement. I can't stand these a-holes. And I mentioned in a video before that I told some guy to F off, and people are like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just ignore him? You've been here long enough. It just boils my blood. I hate them. Usually I do just, if somebody says something to me, I just pretend like I don't hear them and walk by. That's what I usually do, but, these people just annoy the hell out of me. Has this happened to any of you guys before, like this one or the urine bag or the weight loss one or any other ones? Is there any different ones in Bangkok that I'm not aware of? And how do you guys react? I'd like to see how the scam plays out. I'm an old man now, almost 60. I can't be fighting these guys. I'd love to. I'd love to just slap the cuffs on them and take them down. They're so annoying, So anyways, in LA now, I'm heading to Dallas, then Atlanta, then Lexington, Kentucky. I'll probably go to Cincinnati and Louisville too. Probably go to a Reds game. Then I'll be in Detroit probably for the longest time, maybe like 2 weeks. And then I'm going to Philadelphia. I'm going to Newark, New Jersey. I have a sporting event I'm going to there. A little bit of wrestling. Wrestling? Wrestling. No, not wrestling. Wrestling. Finals X. If you know, you know. And from there, I'm debating on, I guess it's going to depend on how tired I am, if I want to just shoot right back to Bangkok, if I want to go back to Detroit and hang out with friends and relatives a little bit more, or just go to Europe on my way back to Bangkok. So, got a big decision to make, Any recommendations on places I should go in Europe? I was looking at maybe Croatia, Ireland, like Albania, maybe even Estonia. I don't know. I'm going to look, maybe see where I can get the best deal, different things like that, and just play it by ear, I guess. So, all right, if you guys enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Greeny out.